Okay, hi everyone. I'm super scared right now because I have to call my girlfriend apparently. And there is this guy Travis who I watch. Shout out Travis. He's a TI and he has a wife and he's like, "Why are you gang stalking me?" And she's like, "I'm not gang stalking you." And he's like, you're just trouble. And I actually side with his wife. If you're watching this, I like both of you, and I think that I think that you're the wife. I think you're pretty cool too, and that's not like trying to like get with you or something. I'm just saying I was like, man, he should be nicer to you, and I'm not trying to be like advice giving, but I was just like, she has to do that. She literally has to do that or they'll do something bad. And so it's like not her fault, so don't blame her. And that actually really helped me because I was like, Travis has something that I don't. He has like a life. And so when this girl is apparently my girlfriend, who I feel like she is, like to me she is, really. We're about to find out. And so I was like, oh, she's a gang stalker. She sucks. I hate her. She's a whore. And then that actually made me become manic because I was calling her a whore because I thought that she didn't love me. Because she's gang stalking me. She's doing all these mean things. So I thought she doesn't love me. And then, so I called her a whore. And I meant it. I wasn't being mean. I was like, well, you're a whore. You just come here to fucking gang stalk me. You don't love me. And then I was like, no, she does love me. I think she does love me. She does love me. And the reason I know is because I believe that there are gang stalkers who love me. And I've had that already. And I know it's possible. And then there are really mean gang stalkers who are like just giving a bad name to the rest of the gang stalkers. So this is going to be like blind date. I'm about to check my messages to see if she messaged back, to see if she broke up with me, to see if I have the date, which is going to be in 5 minutes, to call her. So I'm really nervous. I just took 2 shits because that's not like a fetish thing. That's like, I'm actually nervous. And so I'm trying to eat. Like I'm trying to like get my stomach nice, and I have headphones on, and I should be saying, don't worry about this. Like, you're a cool guy, and don't worry about it. And of course, you remember the last one who hurt you and all that, and she might just be faking the whole thing, and all that kind of stuff. And well, yeah, maybe everyone's a jerk, and you don't know, and you have to find out. So I'm just trying to get my stomach right. My mom offered me some of these. These are not vegan. Maybe they are. I never thought these were vegan. We have hummus. It's not very. They are vegan. These brand usually isn't. We don't have good hummus here. We have hummus from Costco, which is not good. So I've been not wanting to check my messages for like 2 weeks because of this. I just wanted her to be my girlfriend forever. Just literally say ignore her. Be like Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. Just be like, no, just let her move away. She's perfect. This way we can't find out otherwise. And plus she has this other boyfriend named Austin. And I was like cool with that. I was really happy about it because I wanted her to have other boyfriends because I ignored her for like 4 months because I was just busy doing stuff. And so therefore I wanted her to have a boyfriend, obviously, so she wouldn't leave me, so she'd say, well, I have my fun too, so I'm not dissatisfied with you. But then we started talking about getting married, and then I was like, now I want to be the only one. I forgot my roots. What were my goals to begin with? I want 5 girlfriends, not 1. And I'm having trouble even having 1, even just calling 1. I'm like, man, she's already so great. What happens if I lose her? Then I'm at 0. I'm already talking about getting married, getting your own place together. And then it comes to calling her. I can't even call her. I'm scared to even call her. Unless I'm high on shrooms. But when I'm not, I'm talking a big game online, like keyboard warrior. Like, yeah, we're going to get married. We're going to be the best. And then I go to call her and I'm like, oh God. So Like it's like a few minutes to 9, and I'm just gonna try to be, nervous if that's what I am. I'm not gonna try to be Mr. Smooth. I kind of want to know, like, there's nothing really I want to know. So this is actually scary for me to check my messages. I'm going to check my messages right now. Apparently showing up is half the battle. I told her I wasn't going to have the camera on when I called, so I'll just tell her. I'll turn it off if you want, or put it on speakerphone if you want. Okay, I'm checking my messages. Maybe I'm getting broken up. Ah, damn it. She didn't message back. Oh no. Oh, I guess I'm dumped. Should I call her? I'll call. I told her I was gonna call, but I messaged too many times, and I didn't want to bother her then. I also told her I wasn't going to check messages again until after I called. So I think it's okay. I don't think this is invasive, even though I messaged too many times, because I'm not going to call her again if she doesn't answer. And even if she doesn't, I'm going to be okay with this. I'm just going to say, okay, we broke up, because I thought we broke up before. So. Huh, yeah, there's no answer. It didn't even ring. I'll ask ChatGPT. Well, that's sad. Huh. Okay, did I get it right? It didn't even ring, okay? I'm not trying to, like, call again. I'm just... Okay, I guess I'm single again. Yeah. Huh. Well, it was fun. That's sad. Oh, Marina? Good. Did you, are you happy that I'm calling you? Oh, sweet. Oh, okay. I thought you'd broke up with me. Because, well, I guess because I had low self-esteem. But then I thought, maybe you didn't break up with me, and I called you again, so I had high self-esteem too. That's really nice. I live in Canada, and I forgot to tell you, I'm actually making a YouTube video right now, so this is like blind date. Yeah, I would marry you too. I would be kind of worried that you would just be stealing my money, but I would also think that you have a good heart, so that you would actually not steal my money if I treated you good. Well, that's really precious. Sometimes I've kind of talked about wanting to like harm myself, and I kind of thought that you would notice that and you would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to him now." And I felt kind of on some subtle level like I was, kind of milking it. But I'm also poor too. As far as I know, I'm never gonna be rich, but I might be one day. Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, that's nice. Um, this is a landline phone. Yeah. Well, well, I don't mind calling you. I mean, I really love how this worked. Like, it gave me like 2 weeks to call you. Like, and I wasn't ignoring your call. Like, I didn't know. I actually checked to see if it came through, and I didn't see anything on the display. Well, I do, but I don't have a SIM card. Yeah, and I also think that you're really hot, and I was wondering if I'm too old for you, like if you're like 25 or something. And oh, wow, I can't believe you're 30. That's really awesome. Okay, I'm 38. Yeah, isn't it great? Sorry, what did you say? Yeah, I'm like 6 foot. Yeah, I definitely want to know how tall you are. I'm 6'2". And can I guess your height? Can I guess your measurements? Okay. Okay, this is what I want you to be. I want you to be like about 5'9". I want your hips to be like 36 and your waist to be like 24. Oh. Yeah, I wondered if your pictures were photoshopped. And if they were not, well, I would, I have had some thoughts that are disgusting. You're so hot that nothing you could do would be gross. And the fact that you're tall and your hips are that wide is crazy. There are well, that might be difficult for me because this was really difficult for me to call you. Like, I had to prepare for this for like 2 weeks. But if you really want to have a phone date tomorrow, I will. But I'd kind of like to maybe have like a bit of time, but also tell you that you're my favorite person right now. And it's not that I'm trying to be, like a jerk. I know you have a movie. Yeah, maybe we should reschedule and have a phone date tomorrow instead. Is that better? Okay. Oh, okay. How about, yeah, okay, that's cool. Okay, well, I'll say goodbye then. Okay, yeah, okay, well, see you later. See you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, I think I just got henpecked. She told me to call her tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and I was just like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it. That's not very alpha, is it? She's probably at the movies with her other boyfriend. But she's 5'10". She has 25 by 37 hips. I basically just told her I'd eat her shit. And wow. She's like, yeah, I'd marry you, you're the best. Yeah, okay, cool. Fucking really cool. Now we're gonna have a phone date tomorrow? Oh my god, what are we gonna talk about then? She's like, oh, I miss, you know what? Why would she go to the movies for a phone date? She knows. She knows we're having a phone date, but that's gang stalking, you see? So, to Travis, who I think I'm black because I'm targeted. She's like, are you a targeted individual? Yeah, boy. I almost wanted to say, just so you know, well, just so you know, I don't think you're a targeted individual, but I don't care. So some black on black advice to Travis. I just handled. And you know, I can't actually give you advice, Travis, because I actually felt a little bit defeated when she said to call tomorrow, and I just kind of went with it, and I was like, well, this took me so long to prepare. That's not easy for me. But she's 30. And she's missing the end of her movie. You know, does she really care about me? It sounded like it. She said she watches my videos, and I can't watch her videos. I just can't. I don't really, well, I do love her, you know, but I figure she's probably running game on TIs, and I don't want to see that. But maybe I'm just scared. Maybe I'm just nervous. Okay, well, I've opened 2 pops. Can you see how nervous I am? What I should have said is you had 2 weeks to prepare for our date, and you didn't even prepare. So I'll call you again in 2 weeks. That's what I should have said. But I actually was a loser, and I was like, yeah, I'll just call you tomorrow instead. It really bothers me that I did that. I feel like I just gave a homeless person money and didn't want to. Like, here you go. There you go, fine. Okay. Anyway, we should probably make some food. And now I'm off. Now I'm on the hook again. Now I gotta call again tomorrow. I mean, I should probably, you know, jack it tomorrow or something. I mean, I don't know. She's easy to talk to. You know, she's one of those people who's never been abused, so she doesn't have like a fucked up, cold and hard demeanor. She's actually just nice. She's so hot that she's been sheltered her whole life. And that's not fair, you know. The ugly people, ugly poor people, they get, you know, fucked with a knife their whole life, and then you try and talk to them, and they act as ugly as they look, and you think, this is all a self-fulfilling prophecy to you, isn't it? You think they're evil, and they treat you like you're bad, and it's kind of weird too that my handler is personally telling her what to say. Isn't that nuts? And but I think I did okay. You know, she talked for a bit, and her movie was ending, and she probably wanted to go. You know, when I was at the movies, I cut a hole in the bag of popcorn, and I put my wiener in it. and I didn't tell the person beside me. You know, just like in the movies, I really did that. And well, that's pretty vegan popcorn at the movies is, I think, what they use. We have to celebrate. Let's have some of this. She was like, why did you think I didn't want you to call? And I was like, oh, I don't know, because you didn't message back for 2 weeks. Even though I said I'm not going to check messages until after I call. But I thought, well, you're going to be, you know. She said she worried about me, and I was like, yeah, sometimes I kind of like talk about like being negative and self-harming so that you'll feel responsible and come back. And you know, that's pretty manipulative, and that's something that I don't really do on purpose. It's just something that I noticed the first time when I was talking negative. She was suddenly there, and then the second time it was like, oh yeah, okay, maybe all I have to do is say, cheer my name or I'm gonna die. You have 3 seconds. And but I really was stuck there when she's like, call me tomorrow at 6 p.m. I was like, oh God, yes sir, no sir. What do I say? You know, I tried to make my point. I'm a pushover, really. Frankly, I'm a pushover. But she is easy to talk to. And she has no, she's not a prude, you know? She's not like, well, you know. She's not someone who is unnatural. She's beyond public opinion. She's so hot. And she doesn't care what people think of her. I'm with Travis now. When I saw Travis, I was like, this is one of the coolest guys I've ever seen. I was like, Travis, your wife loves you so much. You have no idea how much she loves you. But you do. I know you do. But I was just like, man, I'm definitely on Travis's wife's team right now. And, and my old best friend was named Travis too. And there's some other TIs I really like too, Zeph and Lorraine, although I don't watch her anymore. I broke up with her. And Michael, no, not Michael, Richard Moore. I know people don't really, well, if you're TI, do you want to know the TIs I watch the most? Is them. It's not Lorraine anymore though, because we broke up. It's mainly Zeph. I was afraid to watch Zeph because I said some stuff lately that I think he might not approve of. Yeah, pretty scary for me because Zeph is probably, if any living person is a guy who I look up to, it's probably Zeph. And he's not even vegan. And I do think I saved his life on the spirit level by telling him to get the fuck out of the hospital. And by explaining to him things that how the body works so he could understand just how corrupt they are. And I thought, should I save his life if he's not vegan? And I thought, yeah, I want him around. And then I thought, well, what about the animals? And I thought, well, too bad. I'd rather have him around. And now I'm scared to watch him. But I'm so excited too, because I think he watches my videos and I love him. And that's nice, you know, when you can love someone and it's not about sex. Oh, wasn't this so perfect? We had blind date. Oh, I'm just so happy about it. And she's so hot. She has huge, she lives in Hollywood. She has huge lips. She's a real 10. She could probably get 50 grand a night. Huge lips. A dick could go in her mouth while her lips are closed. That's how big and puffy they are. Huge. They look swollen. They look Botox. And I thought her breasts looked like, well, you know, I shouldn't say that, but I thought they looked like Jesus Christ hanging on the cross because she had a push-up bra and they kind of went up. So I thought maybe they're hangers. In which case, I'm glad because then your points for those went to your hips, which is good. You know, because you could have like a 12 face and an 8 body. And so I think she has a 10 face, 8 tits, and 12 everything else. And her points went to where I want them the most. And if she doesn't have Jesus Christ hanging on the cross tits, and her tits were actually just in a push-up bra, and I was just making fun of them because I was mad because I thought she was a whore, that would be even better. Oh my God. I gotta start working out. And I like, you know, Asa Rose or whatever her name is, the autistic girl. She's one of my girlfriends too in my mind. I thought she was a lesbian. And I thought she would be good for, what's that other girl's name? The real lesbian with short hair, with the cat picture. What was her name? Serpio Dreams or whatever. She's one of the best. She wrote a book. I love her. And so I thought they should be match in heaven. And if Serpio Dreams is watching, I think you should get an external battery for your GoPro. Way cheaper, lasts for hours. And I almost didn't call a second time. I literally almost did not call a second time. And if I didn't, this would have been over. Can you believe that? I literally was like, well, I guess it didn't work. Now it fucking zanks me that I'm already a henpecked fucking incel. Just joking. Okay, I'm hamming it up. I'm not actually, I'm not actually angry. But it did make me feel that she just henpecked me. I feel humiliated to call a little bit. Is that wrong? Am I being chauvinist? Not really. But am I? Like we had 2 weeks to make the date. Then she's like, well, blah blah blah. But then I know she's gang stalker, so she has to do that. And she also, see, the thing is with karma, if the gang stalker is nice to you after, then they make up for the fact that they gang stalk. So they have to do karmic debt repayment. So like if a gang stalker who's really hot gang stalks me and then stands in front of me and bends over, they're repaying their debt. Or like the veterinarian, who I think is the gang stalker, who asked me if she could buy me shoes and to get in her car. Like, hey, homeless guy, get in my car, I'll buy you new shoes. She was repaying her karmic debt by gang stalking me. She was saying, I'll buy you shoes to make up for the fact that I'm gang stalking you. So when new girlfriend was like, when she was like, oh, what was she saying? Oh, yeah, I'm in the movie now. Hey, it's our date night, but I'm already in the movie with my other boyfriend, jacking him off through the popcorn bag. Oops, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm really angry. Okay, let's reschedule. But you're also rescheduling because you're nice. You're making it up. You're saying, yeah, I'm gang stalking, but I'm making it up because I'm nice. So therefore, was I really henpecked? No. I was just a little bit stupid to not be able to see that my answer really was, yes, of course, I'd love to call you tomorrow. Let's have our phone date tomorrow. I can compromise without it being a compromise. Compromising is never worth it, but I can play the role of someone who's compromising. If the relationship takes work, it's not worth working. That says my dad. And I'm happy. I mean, should I just crank my pecker tomorrow? That could be fun. But I think my mom left the house tonight to give me space to call her. I've been asking the gang stalkers lately to buy me a new house. I'm like, yeah, you guys tried killing me for years while you were sexually assaulting me, and you never gave me anything for it. You never repaid the karmic debt, and you were trying to kill me while you were sexually assaulting me. And after a couple years, you realized, and you stopped doing it, and you said, sorry. And I'm like, yeah, buy me a house, and then I'll forgive you. Give me $1 million like you'd owe me in court, and then I'll forgive you. And I was like, well, I'll just forgive you now. So we're friends. And now that we're friends, buy me a house. Because I need it for my girlfriend. And my mom heard that, and she gave me the house tonight for myself to call her. So, the fact that she has other boyfriends, it's fine. I'm like Bradley Noel. You just have to be the best. You're not the only one, but you're the best, Bradley. That's all I care. So anyway, these chicken things taste like KFC. Now, should I title this video calling my gang stalker girlfriend? Even though on the phone she's like, yeah, I'm not a gang stalker. Well, just for fun, just hypothetically, just if she is a TI and she wants to know why I think she's a gang stalker, it's because either I'm nuts paranoid. Not about gang stalking is real. I know gang stalking is real. I know I'm not paranoid. But I'm so sensitized that everything I see coincidence now as not coincidence. I see coincidence as intentional meaning because I'm so primed by it. But there were enough things that she said that I felt like she was mimicking me. And then, you know, it was a good learning curve. How not to be taking it personal and just realize she has a handler too. Just like I have a handler. Someone's making her, you know, I have more freedom of speech. I kind of thought that when I was nervous. Like, she's so cool, she's so amazing, and I'm just this lowly, looking up from beneath the sewer pipe, hoping she shits on my face kind of guy. And I thought, you know what? Like, I have like more freedom than she has. I'm not gag ordered. I can talk about anything. She has to talk according to a handler if she's, you know, a gang stalker, which I think she is. But, and you know what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter. Gang stalking will never come up in conversation. If she doesn't bring it up, I won't bring it up. Oh my God, 37. I guessed her measurements. She's like, you actually guessed right. I was like, yep. 25 by 37. 5'10". Perfect body, perfect face. 30 years old. I'm 38. I'm vegan, I'll outlive her. So we'll die at the same time. Perfect. Anyways, so I want to make these. I'm on fire right now. These are times where you have to watch out. These are times where you have to meditate. Because you get too high, you never think of God when you're high. When you're low, that's when you call for God. But when you're high, you always ask, why did I always come down? The answer is because you never call for God when you're happy. You only call when you're sad. You got to call when you're happy as well. Okay, so I'm pretty happy right now, and that could be dangerous for me, that I get too happy. I think I'm, you know, superstar TI. I just, you know, had a good first date with my girlfriend who said she'd marry me. She said she wouldn't steal all my money. Well, I don't even have any money. And then, what was I talking about again? I don't wash my lettuce anymore. You don't want to get too high. But you do. You just want it to be balanced. You don't want to get so high that you lose it. And that's what happened when I went really traumatized, when the gang stalking went super overt. I was doing mushrooms and tons of them, and it was too much. I had like a mental fucking breakdown. It was too much pressure. I didn't see a way out. I went so far into it. I got myself so wound up fighting them that unless I actually beat them and exposed them and figured out how they work, I was actually kind of doomed. I actually went the Troy route, that I had the fucking boats were burned and there was nothing to do but move forward. And I just trusted in God. And then I didn't even for a while. I just, you know, but I guess I did. But I mean, I just felt terrible. I felt like it was all my fault, and I was crying, and I felt all the pain that they were accusing me of all these things, and I felt like I was guilty. And I was psychotic. I was actually traumatized and psychotic, and it was so scary. And then after I got out of it, I was like, you guys owe me a house for what you did. And if you think sorry, you know, your sorry implies that it was your fault and that you weren't just following orders. So therefore, you owe me a house. Now, do I really care? Not really. I mean, I'm happy it happened. I figured out gang stalking exists. That's like one of the best gifts of my life. I figured out how life works on so many levels. This was fantastic. And all these gang stalkers who are really bad were actually secretly my conspirators with me, helping me figure out what it is. In the same way that Judas was very educated and Jesus was very primitive. And Jesus had all the followers and Judas didn't. And he was like, well, what? Jesus is just an idiot. And why does he get all the followers? And well, some people say that Judas betrayed because of that. But some people say that Jesus and Judas made a plan that they would get Jesus crucified and make the story as poetic as possible that Judas betrayed him. But secretly, it was their plan the whole time to make publicity, to make the whole world know about it. And Jesus would then escape to India. And apparently Osho has seen Jesus's grave. And apparently Jesus was traveling in India before he became well known. Jesus was unknown until he was like 30. Where was he before? And how did he get all those ideas to tell everyone? He got them from India, from the true mystical people. And then he just brought it back like some sad guru Eckhart Tolle whitewashed kind of guy, and he got all the credit. And it takes 6 days to die on a cross for a healthy man, not 3. That's what Osho says. And so after 3, they took him down and they planned his escape. What am I looking for? And maybe my girlfriend will like that too, because she's a Jesus freak. And maybe she'll like that I called her breast Jesus Christ hanging on the cross. That they're the miracles that put her points, displaced her points into her hips, where I like them even better. So amazing. Could you imagine a girl who's so hot, the first thing you want her to do is shit on your chest? Could you imagine? And you're like, yeah, I can't believe it either. But you're so hot. Is there any part of you that's not hot? Like everything about you? Like anything you touch turns to gold? Because you're so hot and it's just crazy how hot you are? That I'm even getting second scoop of mayonnaise because I'm already thinking about it. I can't even concentrate. I have to meditate. But I'm so excited. And I'm just really happy I can share this with you too. Because I was actually worried there's a bunch of people watching who like me and think I'm cool, and I'm just going to be a total faggot incel on the phone, and they're going to be like, oh my god, this is the guy who we like. And I was like, I'm not going to let you down, okay? Oh, and she watches my videos, so she'll see this. I can't watch, it's not that I don't love you if I don't watch your videos. I have issues, I have issues. I can't even watch Zeph right now. That's for different reasons, but, going a week without Zeph, oh my god. I would be angry if Zeph let his health go. But, whatever. That's not... But I would. And I am. But no, I'm not. But, I appreciate him a lot, is what I mean. I saw how fat he is. He's really strong. To be that fat and that old and that healthy, you're really strong. And I'm not trying to be mean, okay? I think he knows. I think he can sense intent. Well, I think Zeph is one of the best looking people ever. So, and I think that, so is my girlfriend! Yeah. And I want to have 4 more girlfriends too. So maybe I can get on the next ones. Oh, but even this one is so great. I'm so excited. Oh, and then I went to Walmart, and there was this Indian girl with huge hips. And, well, I imagined her dumping a cream pie in my chest from her boyfriend. And frankly, I felt a bit racist. And I'm sorry to say that, but I actually did. I thought, not against her, but against her boyfriend. I was like, I'm not taking a stinker cream pie. And she was like, it's just cream pie. It's the same cream pie. And he's a healthy stinker. He's not a stinker, as you mean it. He's like from Stinkerville, but he's not a stinker in that sense. So it's just regular cream pie. So I was like, yeah, okay. And, you can imagine when she would push it out. the second time. You know, first it was like I was tied to a chair and she was getting plowed from behind, essing me off. And then the second round, she did 69. They were really good looking. They made me feel inadequate. They were so hot. And I didn't bring the camera, and that's probably why they were there. And then I thought, you know what? If you stinkers saw my girlfriend, you would probably be wanting to trade. You would probably be thinking, holy shit. You know? So I'm pretty happy. And I came home. Lost in the morning, come home in the afternoon. You're not really lost. I said fuck everyone. Because the bad gang stalkers gave the good gang stalkers a bad name. In the same sense, the worst gang stalkers were the ones who gave me my freedom. Because they gave me the polarizing experience that I could figure out what was happening. So I would actually buy them a house. On the spiritual level, they actually don't owe me anything, and we're even. And so I want you to know that. If you're those gang stalkers who I hate, the TSD family, the Dance Girl family, I actually don't hate you on the spiritual level. And I'm talking about the certain ones of you who I hate, obviously. I actually believe that we're co-conspirators in this journey. And I give you actually more props than the coward gang stalkers who don't actually do what their hearts desire. And I am aware that all those coward gang stalkers who are nice watched for masturbatory pleasure while you acted bad, and they didn't stop you and they didn't help me. And I know that that makes them worse in a way, and that you know that. And so, you know, there's that. And what we were doing was good. It was necessary good. And the thing about drinking pop, if you're a TI and you drink pop, not bubbly, sugary pop, you're gonna get a fucking crash. You're gonna feel like you're getting gassed. Now, did she say call me at 9 and then call me at 6? I think she did. I said I'll call her at 12 and then I'll call her at 9, and I thought, oh god, that's a difference of 3. That's one of those Freemason things. I hope she doesn't think I'm a Freemason. And because I have a feeling there's Freemasons around me. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling of it. And so if they're always using the number 3, then it's just like, you'll use it too, but you won't even mean to. But maybe not, you know. I said call at midnight because that's the time I'm best. And then I said call at 9 instead because midnight might be too late, because she had messaged me in the mornings. Like if she messaged me at like 8 in the morning. So why would she want to talk at midnight? So then I changed it to 9. And then she said 9, and then she said no 6, which is another difference of 3. Now, is her brain just picking that up like an algorithm? Just coincidence? I don't know. Is she saying, yeah, the secret Freemason code? Well, whatever, you know. I think you have to be a guy to be a Freemason. Which is extremely gay. Extremely gay. I don't know how in the world you could ever get married as a Freemason with a clean conscience. You're a gay man getting married to a woman. That's completely fake. That's absurd. And then you have a baby and you raise them as a gay guy pretending to be straight? That's really, really sick. That's why people say the F word, you know, about gay people. They give gay people a bad name. I love gay people. And really, the Freemasons are auto, and they're just pretending to be gay because it's easier to manipulate people that way. It's easier to manipulate a guy if you're a guy because you understand a guy more because you're a guy. So really, you're autosexual and masturbatory, and you haven't even graduated to gayness yet, but you play the role of a gay, playing the role of a straight. You're double fake. Okay, well, I'm gonna finish this video. Thanks for watching.